First thing I need to show you here is the overall overwhelmingly negative reviews of this game. Metacritic has this at its worst reviewed product of all time at 0.2. It is first place, aka last place, for the worst reviews of all time. This game is beating currently Warcraft Reforged, which is the second most complained about game of all time. This can tell us a couple things, which can tell us that Blizzard has, one, a very large audience, enough that people are passionate about it. They're willing to go and vote on stupid websites like Metacritic, as if it actually matters. And on top of it, they're so passionate about the game that they're willing to discuss it in a public forum. So that puts us into another point, which is discussing on public forums. We see basically every YouTuber at this point talking about the game or going and welling out in the game to show how bad the welling is or whatever. We've had a variety of these. I've watched many of these. Some of these people have literally even covered some of my videos. And there is a pretty large narrative, including even some of the narrative I put up, where that the game has major problems, which is true. It does have major problems. I still believe, and I will still say it to this day, that the game is fun and enjoyable, but it has major problems, and you're going to find me openly admit that. Now, this is where I want to set you up. Well, let me set you up with this gut punch a little bit more. Okay, let's keep going. Diablo Immortal at the moment is a 3.7 on the Play Store, which is fairly difficult to get that low. You can look even games like Summoner's Greed, Idle TD Hero is a 4.8, Cookie Run Kingdom is a 4.6, Arena of Valor is a 4.4, and that's basically a League of Legends like Toxic Cesspool Farmer where you go there and just rage at your teammates, and somehow that's making a 4.4. So my question for you guys is today, how do you think the game's doing? Like really, wait for a second. You just saw all that, right? How do you think the game is actually doing? Let's see what Blizzard has to say about it. So, Diablo Immortal is officially the largest launch in the franchise history. This is factual. The largest Diablo game ever in the history of gaming is Diablo Immortal. That's true. Now, you might be a Diablo 2 player and feel like reaching through the camera and choking me out right now, but it's not my fault. Okay, Diablo Immortal is factually the largest Diablo game that has ever existed, and that is the reality you live in now, and you're going to have to deal with that. So how do we get to this point? Oh, and hold on, one other important point before we even get to that. If we scroll down here, let's scroll down here. There's the Twitter, so you can see this is the real tweet. It's still up. If you scroll down, AppMagic has calculated $14.5 million that has been made on iOS and Android. $14.5 million. To give you a sort of point in the ground in which you can measure by, Raid Shadow Legends in May farmed $19 million out of the consumers. And I use the word farmed because I think that's what it is. $19 million out of its consumers in May. That was the total month. And this is Raid Shadow Legends, the game that is memed upon so heavily for advertising everywhere that everyone already knows what the ad is before it already starts. People already know this game. It's advertising more than Diablo Immortal, and it's receiving, if we math it out, about 1/2 to 1/3 of the revenue. Now, we could argue that Raid Shadow Legends has been out there forever and all that. And we can even argue, why are we even comparing the two? It's a gacha versus an ARPG that is a gacha that's hidden as an ARPG. They're different genres and all that, and so be it. But it's supposed to give you a point in the sand in which you can be holy in terms of mobile games. This game is actually moving the needle. It doesn't really make sense. We have the worst reviews of all time. We have constant negativity. We have basically a 24/7 news cycle of shitting on the game from all your favorite YouTube faces. How is this translating to mega buku bucks? Okay, like how are they actually doing well? Well, I can tell you the demographic of these games from being in them for multiple years. I have the data. It's plain as day on YouTube. The age of the people are 25 to 54. They're male. About 40% of them live in the United States. These are the casual average gamers, and most of them don't go to YouTube first. They go to YouTube after they've already installed the game to find the answer to a question. So what's happening is we have ad pushing. We have people who just browse the App Store. There's plenty of people that just browse the App Store and download new things when they're bored. They're getting plenty of downloads from that. And then afterwards, people are going on YouTube to find answers to questions, etc. Because I can tell you 40% of my views at the moment are from literal YouTube searching, meaning people are searching answers to questions. So half of my 1 million views in the last 11 days I've been doing content on this game since its launch are all from just people Googling answers to things. So we're getting a lot of people that are looking for those type, but not a lot of the people that are actively looking at someone else's opinion on the game before they decide to download. These games are free. People will download the game, they'll try them out regardless, and they'll leave a review when they're done. And this game is designed to be very enjoyable, at least for the first month, from what I can tell. If you're hardcore grinding, you're going to hit some of the soft caps that we've covered already, and those can be frustrating, but this game is enjoyable to the average person, the casual average person, and they're getting the $5 battle pass out of each and every one of those. And I would say probably a large portion of those demographics aren't angry because they didn't play Diablo growing up. This is their first Diablo experience, and they're not even thinking too much about it. These are the average casual mobile gamers. That being said, love y'all. Hopefully you like this video. Consider subscribing or liking the video. Let your feedback be heard in the comments. I'm doing my best to take all the feedback from all of you guys and moving it down the chain of command as much as I can to the people that actually have power. Keep in mind, I am not Blizzard support. I am not Blizzard customer service. I don't work for the company. I have no power within the company. I'm only doing what I can to get your message moved along. Love y'all. See you in the next video.